What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're obviously going to take a look at the match day preview for the Champions League clash between Spurs and Barcelona. But before moving on, I have to ask you guys to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss anything of the content that we upload here on this channel, as well as follow me on my Twitter and Instagram so we can discuss before, during and after the match, and whenever you have any football related topics that you want to talk about. You get the deal, you know the drill, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start off this match day preview by taking a look, obviously, what has happened with Barcelona in the last 3 games. In comparison to Spurs, after the Champions League game, which Spurs lost 2-1 against Inter in the Giuseppe Meazza, Spurs has won 3 games on the bounce, beating Brighton 2-1 away, beating Watford by penalties at home, and then by beating Huddersfield Town away as well. In the case with obviously us, Barcelona, we have lost points in all of our matches in La Liga after that crazy victory we had over PSV at the Camp Nou. We obviously draw against Girona in a very unfortunate series of events via the red card of Lenglet, etc, etc, etc. Then we lost against Leganés, with Atletico Bilbao being the latest game where we draw 1-1 before this Champions League game. Certainly the form of Spurs is obviously in their favor. Our form is not as good, it's not even close to what Spurs has replicated in the last 3 games. But this is a different competition. This is something that perhaps Barcelona are saying all the time, that they want to compete, they want to win this Champions League. And if they really want to win the Champions League, well, it's times like this where they gotta show. They show a little bit of reaction against Atletico Bilbao, and could they be able to do the same in the Champions League? We need to wait and see. We saw that, for instance, time again last season, the league's form perhaps doesn't replicate exactly to what happens in the Champions League. If we take a look, for instance, what happened with Real Madrid last season, their league form was completely horrendous, but in the Champions League they managed to progress through some way. And if Barcelona really, I'm not a fan of just getting rid of a competition, you know, of getting rid of La Liga and then focusing on the Champions League. I've said it time and time again, my motto for Barcelona is obviously being the best, not like the rest. And if you want to be the best team in Europe, the best team in the world, we have to be able to compete for every single competition. And that includes La Liga, that includes la Copa del Rey, that includes the Catalunya Super Cup, if you want to say so myself. But we have to be able to compete in every single competition, and the Champions League is one of them, as well as La Liga. So I'm not a fan of saying like let's get rid of La Liga, but I just want to see how true can the players believe this. I'm not encouraging you to drop La Liga. I just want to see how the players believe that. If the players just demonstrate like 100% in the Champions League, of course it's good, we may get the win, I would love that. But that means that the players are getting rid of La Liga, which, to be honest, I'm not in that camp. I do not want that to happen. We gotta focus on every single competition like it's the most important, and I just would wish that the players demonstrate that. Because if we just play some days and then the other days we turn up, some plays were inconsistent, the other day were like the best, it's not the Barcelona we all want to see. We want to see a Barcelona which is steady, consistent. That's a better way to approach any kind of competition, because sometimes being inconsistent can really like come short, and then you're gonna be in a very big trouble. I have to say that approaching this game, both Spurs and Barcelona have very short squads. In the case of Barcelona, we all know already that Sergi Roberto and Samuel Umtiti are going to miss this game. In the case of Spurs, Dele Alli is the only confirmed player that is going to miss out, but they're also waiting confirmation from their doctors whether Moussa Dembélé, whether Christian Eriksen, and whether Jan Vertonghen will be able to make this game. I certainly think that at least 2 of them may be able to come for this match. In contrast to what Barcelona have, Spurs, really, those 3 players I just named are like the most important ones that they have. In the case right now with Sergio Roberto, we have a very good player in Nelson Semedo as well, and Nelson Semedo, which showed in against Atletico Bilbao that he has the quality to be able to be our first starting right back. In the case of Samuel Umtiti, we also have a very good center back like Clement Lenglet, another Frenchman, another left-footed center back that can also have very good levels. And I just feel that he could even be equally not as good as Umtiti right now, but certainly get to his level very fast if we give him enough playing time and, for instance, drop Piqué. But that's not an option right now in the Champions League. We need Piqué because basically Umtiti is going to be injured. He's not even in the squad, so we need to rely on Piqué because alongside Lenglet, I think they're our best defenders at the moment, of course. With all of that being said, I think that the following starting 11s will go as follows. In the case of Spurs, I think they're going to go with a 4-2-3-1. In the goalkeeper position, I think Hugo Lloris will be the main starter for them. Gacinaga has impressed in the last 3 matches for Spurs, and obviously Hugo Lloris returned to training last week following after a thigh injury. But I just think that in this game like this, a game as important as the Champions League at home for Spurs, I feel that Pochettino will risk it and will start Hugo Lloris. I feel that the main 2 center backs in front of Lloris are going to be Davinson Sanchez and Toby Alderweireld. For the right, we're going to see most probably Kieran Trippier. For the left, Danny Rose. The 2 holding midfielders will be Moussa Dembele and Eric Dyer. And then behind Harry Kane, obviously as the lone striker today, we're going to have Heung-min Son, Christian Eriksen and Lucas Moura. On the other hand, taking a look at Barcelona, we're going to go with a 4-4-2. I believe that Valverde, taking into account what's happening in Bilbao, seeing the reaction, seeing how well the team played after following a formation change, I feel that Valverde will most probably stick to that for this game as well, where it's probably do or die for Barcelona. Not in the sense that we're going to lose or we're going to get eliminated of the Champions League, but just because then it's going to be a complete chaos, a complete disaster if we lose this game, because we already, as you know, had that terrible form before in La Liga. Saying this, I think the goalkeeper position is going to be Marc-André ter Stegen. For the right, Nelson Semedo. The 2 main center backs for today, Lenglet and Piqué. For the left, Jordi Alba. I think the 2 main center players for this match are going to be Busquets. And I'm going to go in a stretch and say that Arthur should start this game. I've been saying that Arthur should start for probably already like 2 previews. And I believe he should start. I don't think Valverde is going to do it. I think Valverde is going to continue going with Rakitic, even though you already know what I said about Rakitic in the last game. But for me, Arthur should be playing this game. For the right, I'm going to go with, obviously, Ousmane Dembele. For the left, Philippe Coutinho. And then up top, Messi and Luis Suarez. Taking a look at both teams and taking a look at what has Spurs done in the last 3 games, I feel that the main thing that can make Barcelona win this game is just controlling that midfield. That's why I'm stressing that we should have someone like Arthur. Someone like Arthur is very good off the mark. He knows how to grab a player, for instance, Moussa Dembele, maybe like coming to pressure on obviously Arthur. And Arthur just has that natural ability to get away off the mark. Pull him outside, stretch him, something else. He just like goes around the player. We all know that one touch that he does very often, like the ball roll, or he just like put his back to the player. He has very good understanding and vision of where he's positioned and what he needs to do next. The first pass of Arthur is probably one of the best attributes he has, and he's naturally gifted with that, and we should try to take a control basically of that. That's something that Rakitic has been struggling in the game against Atletico Bilbao, and people like Raúl García, people like Dani Garcia, there are many Garcias in Bilbao. That's why they were able to pressure really hard on Rakitic, and the first pass of Rakitic were not good. We saw that, for instance, in the last 10 minutes of Bilbao, we were continuously attacking after the Munir goal. But when we wanted to get the ball to try and score another chance, we just wasted it because there was some kind of like pressure on the midfield and they started a counterattack. Thankfully, they weren't too dangerous. We had people like Semedo to try and stop them. But in the case of this game, someone like Spurs obviously has a much better counterattack. People very fast like Heung-min Son, like Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura has been enjoying his best season right now with Spurs, even though he's only like, well, less than half a season with them. But probably one of the best seasons he's had since like the first one that he joined PSG, because in PSG he didn't play at all, and right now he has already like 4 goals I think for Spurs in the Premier League, or 3, and that's very good. Lucas Moura can be a very dangerous player, and I feel that he basically is going to be the main danger man for them in this game, taking into account that, like I said, in the last few games we've given a lot of space tracking back to defend. That transition from us to go from attack to defend, we really do not make it that good. We need to improve on that, but to improve on that, we need to be able to, first of all, keep control of the ball. We know that Barcelona defends with the ball. We like to defend with the ball. We like to have the possession. But if we don't keep that, then we're basically screwed. And I think someone like Arthur is going to help us very, very good. Messi can also drop further back into the midfield, allow us to control a little bit more, allowing for people like Coutinho to once again do what he has done for a long time. Let's remember, he comes from the Premier League. He knows how to play against Spurs. He's seen them many, many times. Allowing him to completely open up that left-hand side and just dribble like he wants, cut inside, have a complete authority through the left forward side of the pitch, can really open up a new Coutinho that we've seen that he can be good at in many last season. For instance, against Levante, that was the position that he occupied, and even though we lost that match, Coutinho scored a hat-trick out of nowhere. Ousmane Dembele will be the same. Ousmane Dembele is going against someone which, to be honest, is not the fastest player in my opinion. Danny Rose, not good. And if Ben Davies actually starts in front of him, then Ousmane Dembele, I think, is going to have a field day. However, the thing with Spurs is that they are a very organized team. They're a team that always fight to the end. They're a team that knows what they're playing for. And most importantly, they're a team that really doesn't seem to ever get exhausted. These players have been built to play those 90 minutes. They have full confidence of the manager. Let's remember, they haven't signed a single player in this transfer window because that's how much Pochettino trusts them. And they have something that right now we don't have, and that's the confidence. They have that confidence. They have that unity. They know that they can do it. They were, I don't want to say unfortunate to lose against Inter because Inter did a very good match as well, but they certainly have that belief that right now we are lacking. And in that mental game, Spurs could beat Barcelona. That's the only thing that we need to try and forget about. We need to try and forget about those 3 latest games. Let's just focus on what we did against Bilbao, and that was a beautiful game of football. We had a very difficult team in front of us. Bilbao may not be Spurs, but my God, the Bilbao that we saw 3 days ago was very, very intense. They played a very, very good football, and Berizzo should be very proud of their men. But in this case, Spurs will probably do the same. We are going to have a very tough and difficult opponent in front of us, but if we forget about that and we just know who we are Barcelona, and we can do this. This game will certainly be very, very tight. And with that being said, I feel Barcelona could get the win 2-1. I think that we may score the first goal, and to be honest, we should score the first goal. We need to score that first goal. I cannot just think about what would happen if Spurs starting off winning this game. I feel that that could be really our doom. We should start winning this game. We need to get that goal. Spurs may surprise us. Spurs, they're a very good team. Set pieces, everything. They do it very, very good. So in that sense, Spurs will get an equalizer some way, but the resilience that we need to show, and I believe this Barcelona team, every single player right now, they have woken up. I truly believe this, and I hope they really understand how important this game is. So I feel that that will be enough pressure for them to try and get the second goal, and I believe this Barcelona team will win 2-1. Now is your time, guys, to leave me your thoughts and predictions of this game in the comment box down below. Leave me what do you think Barcelona need to do to win this game, and what will happen if we don't win it. I don't want to be negative, but will it be the end of the world? Who knows? Remember to drop us a like as well as leaving us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. You get the deal, you know the drill. See you next one. Take care. Ciao.